It's Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank. Welcome to South Central Nebraska. Wilsonville, it's one of the greatest little towns you've probably never heard of in Nebraska. But this year we're getting to learn all about forage on Fridays in the Field as we follow SR Farms Alfalfa Company and Husker hay haulers. Talking with me now is Steve Rice. Steve, thanks so much for letting us onto your farm to follow you this growing season. Give us some background how we got to where we are today with SR Farms Alfalfa.
Sure. We grew up in the feedlot and farming industry here in Furnas County. I'm a fifth generation farmer and my sons are the sixth generation. Grew up in a family feedlot operation, and we ran all of the products that we raised through the feedlot. And in '93, my brother Scott and I formed SR Farms, started farming a little on the side. And then in '95, my dad retired from the feedlot and we took over the farming operation. And we continued to do a little bit of row crop, cow-calf stuff for a while, plus we had round bales of alfalfa. In '97, we joined the Nebraska Alfalfa Marketing Association, and we started putting up square bales. And in 2000, we sold off everything that we had as far as a row crop or cow-calf operation, and we strictly do alfalfa production and trucking.
And when we think about it, hay in the last year has become one of the hottest commodities out there, just because supply is tight, and it's tight not only here in Nebraska, but it's tight across a lot of the feeding states. And you said you service 28 states. So here in the last year, what has the drought done to these alfalfa fields, and how is that impacting you?
Well, last year with the drought, we went into the fall in extremely poor soil conditions, terrible as far as moisture. And then we had extremely cold weather there for a while this winter with no cover. And we experienced more winter kill this year than we did any other year that we've been in operation. Some of it was just drought. By the time third and fourth cutting rolled around here in Furnas and Red Willow County, the dryland corners died. And generally it just goes dormant, but it was so dry it couldn't even, make it through the winter. So, and that's a big area. I mean, it goes from Texas all the way up into the Dakotas. And so when you take that big of an area and put that severe a drought into it, it's going to make your prices go high and your demand is very high.
As we look around, we see a couple hay trucks sitting here, and you guys are going to be loading here this afternoon. I would assume that means you've been keeping these guys on the road here for the last couple years then, pretty hot and heavy.
Yeah, we started off, my brother and I started by delivering to our customers in Kentucky, Pennsylvania. I would stay home one week and dispatch, and then he would be out on the road, and then we'd switch the next week. And then we've got full-time drivers now, myself, my boys, our hired man, and we do a lot of the stuff within 300-400 miles of home. If we need another truck on the road other than our long haul that's dedicated to us, we've got a real good truck driver that delivers every week. He was in Ohio last week. He's in Iowa today. So we're trying to keep busy, and we deliver quite a bit of hay.
Wow, that is amazing to hear that everything's going on. Coming into this spring, we've seen some late spring moisture. South Central Nebraska has been able to latch on and catch a little bit of that. Is that helping us any and going right now, or really is it a little too late?
Well, it was a godsend that we got that. I mean, we got over 3 inches of rain here. We weren't going to cut a lot of first cutting acres, and I don't know that I've ever experienced that. It's been short before, but to not cut first cutting would have been really bad. We have freeze damage in some of the fields. We have drought yet, so we're seeing plants anywhere from 3 feet tall to 6 inches tall in the same field. So it's going to be a really inconsistent first cutting, which unfortunately is not going to help our supply issue a lot.
Say a lot, I'm sure dairies and those, they're looking for a certain quality of hay, and so that variability is gonna be a tough there. Kind of walking us through the hay growing season. First cutting, it's probably going down now here for the next couple weeks. When can we expect second and third cutting likely?
We just started on the 20th, knocking some first cutting down, and it'll be 28 days when we come back to cut second, if weather permits. And so hopefully we'll start putting up some hay. We knocked some down early, trying to get some inventory built back up before this chance of rain this week, but if it rains, that's okay. We'll take it.
At this point, we'll keep praying for rain, but we'll take all that we can get.
Yep.
Well, Steve, thank you again for letting us on. It's going to be probably about 6 to 8 weeks before we get to talk again. What are you guys going to be working on in between now and then for the next time we talk?
Hopefully we'll have first cutting done. We'll be, well, maybe even well into, if not close to done with second cutting. Hopefully these sheds will be full of hay. But we'll do that. We'll start continuing to deliver to our customers as needed, and we'll just go through the cycle. Every 28 days we try to be cutting hay.
Well, thank you. That again is Steve Rice, SR Farms Alfalfa Company and Husker Hay Haulers, and this is Fridays in the Field.